Yoda, of course, is most famously the Grand Master on the Jedi Council. Like everyone, including my grandmother, knows the little green friend of Emperor Palpatine.
Look at me. Judge me by my size, do you?
Yoda, a member of a still mysterious and long-lived species, serves on the Jedi Council for centuries, guiding the Jedi Order through eras of peace and conflict. His council shaped the careers of countless Jedi, including Mace Windu, Count Dooku, and later Luke Skywalker. That's why he's also credited with every piece of wisdom ever printed on a mug. Throughout his life, Yoda worked tirelessly to maintain balance in the galaxy and was highly cautious of the dark side's rising influence, though he could not prevent the resurgence of the Sith. After Yoda's duel with Sidious resulted in his defeat, it forced him into exile to Dagobah. He passed away peacefully at 900 years old, securing his legacy as one of the Order's most influential figures and setting up Luke to bring back the Jedi Order from extinction once again. So yeah, every time you think of Baby Yoda, remember he'd be nothing without the original Yoda. Except being cuter, I'll give him that. Mace Windu, a Jedi Master from the Harun Kal, was revered for his commitment to justice and his unshakable adherence to the Jedi Code. Known for wielding a purple lightsaber, Windu developed a powerful and dangerous lightsaber form known as Vapad, which you can learn all about in this video. This technique made him one of, if not the best duelist in the Order. Windu's strict adherence to Jedi principles often puts him at odds with Anakin Skywalker, whom he distrusted due to Anakin's emotional volatility and closeness to Chancellor Palpatine.
Take a seat, young Skywalker.
Mace, of course, famously confronted Palpatine after his revelation of being the Sith Lord, but yeah, we all know how that turned out. Windu's death marked the beginning of the Jedi Purge and symbolized the fall of the Order's leadership. But we never know. It is said that Jedis have survived falls greater than that. Anakin Skywalker. Now, why is he in this video? Well, quite simply, recall this fun interaction that was memed into eternity.
You are on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of Master.
What?
Of course, he needs little introduction, being the chosen one to bring balance to the Force after all. After being one of the greatest Jedis ever seen, he ultimately falls to the dark side, helping Sidious kill Mace Windu and becoming Darth Vader, and being the main reason that this list of council members stops in its tracks. Obi-Wan Kenobi, or more commonly known as...
Yes, the negotiator.
Was one of the most influential and respected Jedi in the Order, trained by Jedi Master Qui-Gon Jinn and Master to Anakin Skywalker. He joined the Council after the death of Master Piell in the Citadel. We all know his story. Anakin's turn leads him to confront his former apprentice in a climactic duel on Mustafar. After defeating Anakin and leaving him grievously wounded, Obi-Wan went into exile on Tatooine, where he watched over Luke, hoping one day the boy could redeem the Skywalker name. Let's move on to lesser-known Jedis now.
Hello there.
No, not hello there. It's goodbye there now, Obi-Wan. Kit Fisto, a Nautolan Jedi Master from the aquatic world of Glee Anselm, known for his calm and warm demeanor, as well as his remarkable smile. His easygoing nature made him one of the more approachable members of the Jedi Order. During the Clone Wars, Kit Fisto became a respected general, leading Republic forces in many battles. One of his most notable missions included a dangerous encounter at General Grievous's lair, where he bested the cyborg in one-on-one combat before escaping with his starfighter. During the waning days of the Republic, Kit Fisto joined Mace Windu to arrest Chancellor Palpatine. A fellow commenter gave some more clarity on how Fisto's efforts were able to prolong the fight for Windu to stand a fighting chance, but was ultimately struck down. And with his death, his smile was never to be seen again. Sad face. Agen Kolar, also known as the first guy to die during Palpatine's arrest, was a Zabrak Jedi Master from the planet Iridonia. His talent with a lightsaber, particularly in Form 5 Jim So, made him one of the Order's strongest duelists. He was also known among the Jedi for his disinterest in diplomatic niceties, being frequently blunt and often moved directly to action, fighting first and asking questions later. Throughout the Clone Wars, Agen was appointed to the Jedi High Council after Jedi Master Eeth Koth stepped down from his role as a Jedi to raise a family. Despite his reserved and sometimes stern demeanor, Agen Kolar was deeply loyal to the Order, following its teachings without question, and dedicating himself entirely to the Jedi cause. His last words were towards his fellow Jedi Council members, Kit Fisto and Saesee Tiin, in front of Palpatine's door, telling them to keep the peace in their heart. So I'm assured he did die in peace despite being stabbed through the stomach. Rest in peace, Agen Kolar, the first guy to die in the Great Jedi Purge. You will forever be remembered as the beginning of the end. Saesee Tiin, an Eeth Koth Jedi Master, was one of the Jedi Order's most skilled and fearless pilots. Hailing from the harsh, windswept moon of Eeth Koth, Tiin possessed natural telepathic abilities unique to his species, which allowed him to sense emotions and intentions. He was very skilled mechanically, and Master Plo Koon believed that Tiin could fly or repair any vessel ever made, and especially effective in the cockpit, making him one of the Republic's top fighter pilots during the Clone Wars. Known for his quiet, introspective nature, Saesee Tiin preferred solitude and found comfort in the serenity of deep space, where he could focus without distraction. He is the final member of the 4 Jedi part of Palpatine's arrest, being the second to perish at the hands of Palpatine just seconds after Agen Kolar. Plo Koon, a Kel Dor Jedi Master from the planet Doran. As a Kel Dor, Plo wore a special breathing mask and goggles to survive in oxygen-rich environments. Plo Koon also mastered a unique Force ability called Electric Judgment, which is a non-lethal form of Force lightning. During the Clone Wars, Plo Koon led the 104th Battalion, known as the Wolf Pack. He was a skilled pilot, often leading his clone troopers from the front lines in his starfighter. His compassion extended to his clone troopers, whom he treated as equals and friends, forging a deep bond that earned him their unwavering loyalty. When Order 66 was issued, Plo Koon was leading his starfighter squadron on a mission above Cato Neimoidia. Betrayed by his clone troopers, he was shot down, his starfighter exploding in a blaze of destruction. His legacy lived on through the Jedi he influenced and inspired, including Ahsoka, who would carry on his values in the dark times that followed. Shaak Ti, a Togruta Jedi Master from the planet Sheely, was known for her wisdom, patience, and deep connection to the living Force. As one of the few female Jedi Masters on the Council, Shaak Ti brought a calm and introspective perspective, balancing the Order's needs with a deep compassion for all life. During the Clone Wars, Shaak Ti was assigned to oversee the training of clone troopers on Kamino. Her role as a mentor to the clones fostered mutual respect between her and the troopers she trained. Shaak Ti's final fate has been shot in several different ways. One version has her killed by Anakin Skywalker during his raid on the Jedi Temple, with her death being a crucial step in his transition to Darth Vader. Another account, depicted in a deleted scene from Revenge of the Sith, shows her being killed by General Grievous aboard the Invisible Hand early in the movie. Additionally, in the Star Wars Legends continuity, Shaak Ti met her end at the hands of Starkiller, Darth Vader's apprentice, after a climactic duel on Felucia.
But I'm sure you'll learn that soon enough.
Let me know in the comments which of Shaak Ti's deaths is canon for you. For me, it's Anakin killing her in the temple. Oppo Rancisis is a Thespian Jedi Master, most notable by having a snake-like body with an elongated, coiled tail and a huge beard, making him appear incredibly wise. Rancisis hailed from a royal family on Thespias and was offered a place on the throne, but he chose to dedicate his life to the Jedi Order instead. Oppo Rancisis was a master of battle meditation, a rare and powerful Force technique that allowed him to influence the morale and coordination of troops on a massive scale. This skill made him an invaluable asset to the Republic during the Clone Wars, where he frequently served as a strategist and tactician for large-scale battles behind the scenes. He was killed on a mission at Saleucami by an assassination effort a few months before Order 66. Thus, his presence was missed during the Revenge of the Sith council scenes. In canon, though, he actually survived, and is out there somewhere. Why did they feel the need to change this? I don't know. I feel like the less of the powerful Jedi survive, the better. But yeah, we all know the Disney canon like being messy. Coleman Kcaj, an Ungry Jedi Master, served as the Jedi High Council during the later years of the Clone Wars. As an Ongri, Kcaj's distinctive facial structure gave him an almost unblinking, wide field of vision. Though he was not often seen on the front lines, his contributions to the Jedi Council included insightful strategies and a balanced perspective, which was invaluable during a time of growing tension within the Order. Unlike many of his fellow Jedi, Kcaj managed to evade capture and survive the initial wave of Order 66. His name later appeared on an Imperial list of known Jedi survivors, which indicated he had gone into hiding following the Purge. Little is known of his fate. Ki-Adi-Mundi was a Syrian Jedi Master. Born on the planet Syria, where males were rare due to a low birth rate, Ki-Adi-Mundi was granted a unique exemption from the Jedi Order's non-attachment rule, allowing him to knowingly bang girls as a Jedi without having the other Jedi scolding you for it. Also, if you were ever like me and wondered whether or not his huge head actually holds a huge brain, it actually got you covered, because he's got 2 brains in there, hence giving him enhanced mental processing abilities. As a Jedi General during the Clone Wars, Ki-Adi-Mundi led the 21st Nova Corps, also known as the Galactic Marines, alongside Clone Commander Bokhara. When Order 66 was issued, Ki-Adi-Mundi was leading a charge across a bridge on Maigito, where his clone troopers suddenly turned on him. Though he initially defended himself, he was ultimately overwhelmed and killed by their blaster fire, marking the end of the literal most big-brain Jedi Council member. Stass Allie, a Tholothean Jedi Master and cousin to Adi Gallia, who was known for her healing abilities and gentle, compassionate nature. Like her cousin, Allie wore a distinctive headdress, which signified her Tholothean heritage. She was highly skilled in force healing and spent much of her time in the Jedi Medical Corps, where she treated wounded Jedi and clone troopers alike. When the Clone Wars erupted, Stass Allie took on a more active role as a general for the Republic. She served bravely on several battlefronts, leading the 91st Mobile Reconnaissance Corps alongside Clone Commander Neo. Tragically, Stass Allie was one of the many Jedi killed during Order 66. While patrolling on Saleucami, Commander Neo received the order to execute Allie, firing on her speeder and killing her instantly in a tragic betrayal. Depa Billaba, a human Jedi from the planet Chelakta. As the former Padawan of Mace Windu, she adopted many of his principles and combat philosophies. During the Clone Wars, Billaba became the master of young Caleb Dume, who would later become known as Kanan Jarrus. After a traumatic encounter with General Grievous that left her severely injured and in a 6-month coma, Depa Billaba temporarily stepped down from the Jedi Council, but later returned as a general in the Clone Wars. In the final days of the war, when Order 66 was issued, Depa Billaba sacrificed herself to allow her Padawan to escape. She fought valiantly against her own clone troopers, ensuring that Caleb would survive. Her selfless act secured her legacy, and her influence continued through her former Padawan, who would later join the rebellion and play a pivotal role in the fight against the Empire. Yaddle, a female member of Yoda's mysterious species, was known for her exceptional wisdom, gentle demeanor, and mastery of Force techniques. Though she shared similarities with Yoda in appearance and lifespan, Yaddle was her own unique presence within the Jedi Order. For example, by not twisting her words around while talking. Yaddle was deeply committed to the Jedi way and also trained a Padawan whom you'll be familiar with. Yep, Oppo Rancisis, the snake-body Jedi Master, passing on her extensive knowledge of the Force to him and to younger generations. Following the invasion of Naboo, Yaddle pursued Jedi Master Count Dooku after he acted suspicious, only to end up being confronted by Darth Sidious and Dooku. In the ensuing duel, she is killed by Dooku, sealing his fall to the dark side. Her fate is tragically unknown to any of her fellow Jedi Council members. Even Piell was a Lannic Jedi Master. Despite his relatively short stature, Piell's combat abilities and resilience were legendary, and he earned a reputation as one of the Jedi Order's fiercest warriors. His most distinctive feature was his missing left eye, a scar from a brutal encounter during his time on Iridonia, which he viewed as a badge of honor. During the Clone Wars, Piell was assigned to a dangerous mission in the Outer Rim to gather intelligence on the Nexus route, a crucial hyperspace route that could turn the tide of the war. The mission quickly became perilous, and Piell was captured by Separatist forces, who imprisoned him in the Citadel. Jedi and clone forces led by Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin Skywalker mounted a daring rescue mission to retrieve him. Although they managed to free Piell, he was mortally wounded during the escape. In his final moments, he passed on critical information regarding the Nexus route to Ahsoka Tano, ensuring that his mission would be completed even as he succumbed to his injuries. Eeth Koth, a Zabrak Jedi Master from the planet Iridonia. His role in the Clone Wars saw him leading several missions on behalf of the Republic, and he famously survived a grueling encounter with General Grievous, during which he was captured and subjected to severe torture. Following his experiences in the war and his capture, Koth left the Jedi Order and eventually married, seeking a peaceful life away from the battlefield. He went into hiding after Order 66, hoping to live in peace with his family. However, Darth Vader eventually tracked him down. Eeth Koth fought bravely to protect his family, but he was ultimately killed by Vader, who abducted his Force-sensitive child to be trained as an Inquisitor. His tragic end serves as a reminder of the Empire's relentless pursuit of Jedi survivors, leaving none behind. Yarael Poof was a Quirmian Jedi Master notable for his long neck and having two brains, one in his head and one in his chest, making him slightly less big-brained than Ki-Adi-Mundi, but still he could basically think for two people. Known for his calm and unassuming demeanor, Yarael Poof was a valuable asset to the Jedi Council and one of its most underrated members. He served as a diplomatic negotiator and teacher within the Order. He was seen on the Jedi Council in The Phantom Menace, but his place was taken in Attack of the Clones by Coleman Trebor. He got famous in the Robot Chicken series, where the other council members ignored whatever he said and then sent him to get pizza for everyone.
Getting pizza? Yarael Poof should do. All in favor?
Aye!
And apparently he was gone for so long that after returning with the pizza, Order 66 just got executed, thus no one was left for him to serve the pizza to. He fled Coruscant and ended up as a meal server in the Death Star cantina, hiding his presence with his nice fancy mustache. Because if Superman can hide his identity with some glasses, so can Yarael Poof with a nice Mexican mustache. He ultimately does die and ends up as a Force ghost helping Rey and Kylo in their last battle versus Palpatine. Coleman Trebor was a male Verk Jedi Master. However, I more commonly refer to this type of dinosaur as Parasaurolophus, but I guess that would have been too difficult to remember. Hailing from the oceanic world of Simbla, Trebor possessed webbed hands and a tail, imposing stature that made him an easily recognizable figure within the Jedi Order. Despite his imposing appearance, Trebor was known for his gentle spirit and his dedication to non-violence whenever possible. Trebor's most notable appearance came during the Battle of Geonosis. During a critical moment in the battle, Trebor recognized an opportunity to end the conflict swiftly by confronting Count Dooku. He leapt onto the balcony where Dooku was positioned, intending to eliminate the Sith threat and save countless lives. However, his attempt was thwarted by Jango Fett, who quickly opened fire on Trebor, killing him and marking the end of my dear Parasaurolophus Jedi friend. Adi Gallia is a Thalothian Jedi Master born in Coruscant's upper class. She's known for her sharp wit and cynicism. Throughout the Clone Wars, Gallia undertook numerous high-stakes missions and played a key role in some of the Republic's most critical negotiations. Her skills as a diplomat and negotiator made her invaluable, especially in situations where the Jedi needed to resolve conflicts with minimal bloodshed. However, Gallia was also fearless in battle. Gallia's life came to a tragic end on the planet Florum, where she and Kenobi engaged Darth Maul and Savage Opress. During their duel, Savage managed to overpower Gallia, ultimately impaling her with his horns, marking one of the more savage ways to die. Get it? Savage, Savage. These jokes are great. Jedi Master Sifo-Dyas joined the Council shortly before the events of The Phantom Menace, deeply troubled by visions of impending war. Sifo-Dyas foresaw a galactic conflict that would shake the Republic's foundations, and he believed it desperately needed a standing army to survive. Although he urged the Jedi Council to support his plan, the Council disagreed, fearing that militarization would compromise the Jedi Order's peacekeeping principles. Sifo-Dyas was subsequently removed from the Council, but he acted on his own, secretly approaching the Kaminoan cloners to commission an army in the Republic's name. Unbeknownst to him, his independent actions played right into the Sith's grand plan. Darth Sidious and his new apprentice, Count Dooku, learned of the clone project, and Dooku arranged Sifo-Dyas' death through the Pike Syndicate. Sifo-Dyas perished when his ship was ambushed, sparking a sequence of events that would lead to the Clone Wars and the eventual fall of the Jedi Order. His legacy in creating the Clone Army was a crucial link in the Sith's takeover of the Republic. Tera Sinube was an elder Jedi from the planet Koshian, famous for his patience and gentle mentorship of young Jedi. Though he had once served on the Jedi Council, he stepped down due to his advanced age by the time of the Clone Wars. Sinube's wise and compassionate nature made him a beloved figure within the Jedi Temple, particularly among the younglings guiding these younger Jedi on their paths. Sadly, Sinube was killed during or shortly after Order 66. His body was later preserved by the Empire in the Fortress Inquisitorius, symbolizing the fall of the once great Jedi Order. Jocasta Nu served as the chief librarian of the Jedi Archives, a role she held with reverence and authority. While she was once a member of the Jedi Council, she later left the position to focus on preserving the Order's knowledge. After Order 66, Jocasta managed to escape Coruscant and tried to establish a new Jedi school in secret. She later returned to the temple on a dangerous mission to recover a holocron that listed Force-sensitive children across the galaxy, which she saw as essential to the Jedi's future. However, she was tracked down by Darth Vader and the Inquisitors. She fought valiantly, but ultimately perished in the battle, falling in a final effort to protect the future of the Jedi. Tyvokka, a rare Wookiee Jedi Master, held a council seat before the prequel era. Tyvokka trained several talented Padawans, including Plo Koon, who would one day take his place on the council. In his final mission, Tyvokka was selected to help broker a peace summit between the Stark Commerce Combine and the Trade Federation. However, the summit was ambushed, and Tyvokka was killed while protecting those in attendance. His selfless sacrifice was honored by the Jedi Order, and his wisdom and bravery left a lasting impact on his student, Plo Koon. Jedi Master Katri, a Mirialan, served on the council before the Phantom Menace, dedicating her life to upholding the Jedi Code and maintaining peace. Katri was known as a just and skilled warrior, but her life ended in tragedy on Raxus Secundus, where she was ambushed and killed by security droids during a diplomatic mission. Her death prompted an investigation by Jedi Masters Mace Windu and Count Dooku, which led to more questions about Dooku's loyalty and ultimately his turn to the dark side. That's it. Now, tell me in the comments why Yarael Poof should be nominated as the next Grand Master of the Jedi Order if Yoda was no more. And if you want more content just like this, subscribe. Else we have Master Windu tell you to sit down, young viewer.